Hey, what's up everyone, Blade here, and welcome back to another video of Persona 5 The Phantom X. Inside today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the Persona Throne and how good are they? Now, this was a question that arose from one viewer here that was yesterday, being this viewer right here. They said, can we do a video talking about Throne and its uses? I see a lot of people saying he's meta and one of the strongest Personas out there, but not anyone in having them in the builds. So obviously, thank you for posting this comment down below in the comment section. I'm going to be trying my best to at least answer the questions why you don't see many of us using them, even though they're a really good persona. So if you guys are interested in this, we should sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's go ahead and get straight into it. So first things first here, one thing I want to say is thank you guys very much for at least allowing me to take a little bit of a break yesterday. Yesterday was one of the few days that I really did just say, I can't do this at the moment. I need to take a break. And y'all didn't complain. Y'all were chill. Y'all enjoyed it. Heck, some people even came to check up on me in Discord. So thank you guys about that. And yeah, Throne, one of the personas here. Cool freaking persona, awesome persona, really good persona. Now, I wouldn't say meta defining or anything like that, but I will say at the time when we first found out about Throne, we did think that it was meta defining. Main reasoning for this is because Throne itself was a persona that was insanely busted for CNY Ren, as well as insanely busted for Matoi. Reason being for this is because it's pretty much like the other options where we have like a good buffer persona that can also apply somewhat a debuff that was like Jikokuten, Dionysus, any of those little personas that you really did use quite often, Succubus, and like these personas themselves really benefited from either buffing, helping with some type of debuff, whatever they needed, helping with their passives, and that was a huge deal. It also allowed, of course, if you were using CNY Ren and Matoi, it allowed you to easily trigger the burns that you need to have, easily trigger a lot of the what's called the technicals that would be easily performable once, of course, you get those debuffs with Matoi or either get the debuffs with said CNY Ren. So it was a really good persona that revolved around debuffing that also had a little bit of buffing on the side that really benefited the character. Now, remember, time of us doing this here, which was around CNY Ren time here, obviously we felt this persona was absolutely insane, absolutely goated, and now the persona is still good, but it has less uses, which is one of the reasons why you don't see many people with it unless you're like on the meta chasing side, right? So let's go ahead and talk about exactly what it does. If we go ahead and look at the passives here, we have Flaming Chariot, and what it does is it increases your attack by 29.1%. At the start of the battle, you gain 4 Holy Flame stacks, and every 2 turns, it inflicts burn on a random foe. Now, this is the cool part, right? The fact that it can inflict burn at all is the fact that it really does help out Matoi. Matoi's whole deal is pretty much being able to trigger a lot of technicals, and one of those technicals do require burning type things. I think it is called Backdraft or something like that, or freeze burn, ice burn, something like that. Those technicals itself really does help her, of course, perform a lot better. Now, the good part about this as well is for CNY Ren, she also can go off that same technical. So being able to burn itself, and then CNY Ren can also easily proc this said burn as well. It gave her a huge advantage, and this persona absolutely skyrocketed for that team. If we go ahead and apply this persona to anyone else just based off that first line here, the only other characters that really benefit off of it is going to be Ann, but even for Ann here, the way her technical percentages are, she doesn't benefit the most off of it, which is why the reason we don't really mention Ann when it comes down to technicals, because of course CNY Ren is made for it, while Ann just had that in her kit, but she's not really used for it, therefore she doesn't get the best benefit out of it. So going ahead and continuing reading on with the rest of the passive here. When allies inflict an elemental ailment, they gain 1 Holy Flame stack for 3 whole turns. If the element inflicted is burn, you gain 1 more Holy Flame stack, and Holy Flame stacks can go up to 10 times. And up to 2 whole stacks can be gained from skill 1, or at least from 1 skill. Now, this is cool because it continues on. Whenever an ally uses a skill, if you have 4 Holy Flame stacks or more, you spend those said stacks and increases your party damage per 1% per stack for 2 turns. It also has a 50% chance to inflict burn on a random foe. So that's a cool thing, because not only are we getting a better chance of inflicting our burns here, but with the more stacks that we have, we're increasing our party's damage. This is another thing that is coming down to how good Throne is, right? Yes, parties do need attack percentage. Of course, this can help you out, or at least damage in general. If you're using maybe like a sub DPS, it can help. But usually we're using 1 DPS. And another thing about this is we're not usually having the rest of our party attacking too much. While inside of CNY Ren's team, which does comprise of Matoy here, it's usually going to be Matoy attacking all the time to get off her debuffs, CNY Ren attacking all the time to get off, of course, her obvious hits. If for some reason you don't have Matoy, of course, and you want to use Howler, Howler's attacking all the time to get off the hits, obviously. We got other characters themselves. Let me think. I think, if I remember correctly, for this character specifically, you could very well use like Chi as well in this team to some degree, or maybe I think you can use Akechi in this team later down the line, but don't quote me on the Akechi part because it's been a long time since I've actually used this character in a ranking scene. But all of these characters could somewhat benefit off of it because they do attack, so somehow the party damage does help out the entire party, and it does help out the entire scene, right? Another thing is, this is a persona that benefits off of not only multiple people attacking, but multiple burns, multiple people who's obviously needing these said burns to actually proc said triggers. There's not many characters that do need this, right? This is also built to be more of a, let's say, more of an AoE preferred persona. And the reason why I state this is because the randomizing of the actual elements is for anything that you're on the field, right? It's not based on one character that you're targeting. It's anything on the field. So anytime that it's just randomly throwing out these burns here, you're gonna need someone to focus that, which AoE DPSs are able to do. Throne is really in that scene for that, right? You have to not only have the technicals, you have to not only have the what's called benefits off of burns to proc said things, you have to not only be an AoE DPS, but it's just very niche, right? It's an insanely good persona. We do bring it out in some other teams, but it is insanely niche. Now, I know there's some other people who say, but what about Makoto Yuki in the future? When he uses persona? That isn't the case, because Makoto Yuki in the future does not fully rely on his burns at all. While this persona whole gimmick is burning, and the whole deal is to really help you get those burns in order to proc certain technicals, in order to actually proc the rest of your kit with those said characters. Makoto Yuki works with a different persona. There's a different one called Zalgogan that for that persona itself, that one is more or less being your main single target DPS, right? Or at least your main single targeter. You have total different stacks that are in play. You have total different things that you have to pay attention to, in which for Zalgogan, it's morally helping out the single target side of things. And it's more likely helping just that specific unit's attack percent and damage. While with, of course, Throne, he doesn't do that. Zalgogan also is a little bit different because he's also boosting crit damage taken for that one enemy, while this character doesn't do that. This character is more on that AoE side, random effects and stuff like that. So you don't see a lot of people using it because it is a very niche persona. Now, is it a bad persona by any means? Heck no. This persona is insanely good. It's just one of those units or one of those personas that you don't really want to use all too often unless you really have to bring it out. Now, the cool part about this is even down to its skill being Purifying Flames, it's actually an insanely good persona for this as well. Because Purifying Flames, it increases your party's attack by 12%. Once again, anyone who of course needs a party attack for like buffs or anything, they benefit off of this. So this is really good in general to actually have, but it really benefits CNY Ren and Matoy because they're going to be attacking. Howler, if she's in the team, they're going to be attacking all the time. So you get some nice damage benefiting their entire kit while also placing down debuffs and stuff here. But for every 500 of the user's attack, it increases your ally's attack by 0.8% more, up to 6% for 3 whole turns, making a 3-turner persona as well, which is insanely worth it because you can go ahead, use this, maybe swap out later on, like maybe start on this, right? Use the persona, the passive stays for 2 whole turns, you go ahead, swap out on this here, maybe make it a 3-turn, 2-turn. I think a 3-turn would work out best because obviously the main skill is a 3-turner anyways, and that's what you're really going to be using as well. So it'll probably be a 3-turn persona no matter what here, but it lasts for 3 whole turns. Alongside of this, it grants Purifying Flame to the main target. This allows you to deal more skill damage to foes and have a 75% inflicting burn. This is great. Remember, characters like An, characters like CNY Ren obviously are going to love this because they do want those burns. They do want to be able to hit those technicals, or at least CNY Ren the most wants to be able to hit those technicals and absolutely benefit, seeing that Matoi is going to be in her team, proccing said technicals and benefiting off deep said burns. While most characters aren't going to be doing that, so there's a real reason that you see this character not around. But the thing that makes this persona also really good is actually going to be its highlight. The highlight itself increases party damage by 29.5% for 2 whole turns. Now, this is pretty darn good because if we think about it, we do have other personas that are like this. I think Dionysus is one of those said personas that are insanely good for this because of course their highlight are helping out the entire team and helping out your overall amount of things that you want to get done. So let's hopefully be able to see this real quick. We look at Dionysus' main thing here, we can immediately see that the party damage is increased by 27.4% for 2 whole turns. So it's just like Throne, but a little bit worse, which isn't really that bad because of course it makes up for it in passive. But when you get these type of highlights, they are insanely good, especially when paired with the right main skill personas. So Throne isn't bad. Throne is just a very niche persona. I wouldn't call it a meta one unless of course you're going for, like, let's say the metas of Matoi, metas for Ren. Whenever those 2 characters are out, then yeah, sure, they are a meta defining unit, but it's very niche timing where we actually do use Throne, even inside of SOS. Throughout a lot of my SOS days, especially when it does come down to like TW and stuff, we use Throne every now and again, but like he's a very spread apart. So I would definitely say he's a very good persona, but definitely not a meta defining persona. Hence some of the reason why you don't see them. And since he's used to that just specific team here, or used to very specific teams that require technicals, you're probably not going to see him that often. But with that out the way, what do you guys think? Are you going to pull Throne? Are you not going to pull Throne? And if you did not, let me know down below in the comment section. And I'm gonna go ahead and peace on out here. I got at least a couple things to do before, of course, our stream today. So guys want to, of course, see me or see what I'm doing when it comes down to account reviews, be sure to come by the stream. It's going to happen around 1 p.m. EST, and I don't know how long it's going to go. Oh, man, we got a lot to cover. So see you guys next time. Thank you for coming out. Also, thank you for doing that lovely comment, and peace.